Hey everyone, do you want to learn how to turn hand-drawn sketches into a prototype like this in a couple of minutes? Then let's go. And we're going to do that using Uizard, or at least I think that's how it's pronounced. And looking at their homepage, they pretty much just say that. The fastest way to bring your ideas to life. It should only take seconds to test an idea, not days. So I'm going to put a link to this page in the description of this video so you can come straight here, enter your email and join the private beta. That process may take a little while to get you on board, but once you get the invite, you'll go through a normal onboarding process. And I took some screenshots of what I saw when I first got access. I had a greeting where I could enter in my organization name, my team size and company type. I could then invite members of my team, but I'm just setting this up for myself. And then I could choose dark or light mode, and I always go with dark because I like my eyes. And this is what you see when you first get into the dashboard. They start giving you a bit of a tour. So here we can get started by creating an awesome new prototype. You can start building a prototype by uploading a wireframe. And here you can pick an example to give it a test drive. And the last one I saw before skipping all the rest was in the left panel, you can find all the components from your selected theme. And this is driven by a theming engine where you can bring in your own values so you can see what these prototypes would look like, being a bit closer aligned to your design system if you have one. Okay, and before you create your first prototype, it's a good idea to have a look at the Uizard sketching guide. This is going to make sure that what you're sketching out on paper can be translated by Uizard a little bit more accurately. If we look at picture framing, it's good to get a tight crop into your sketch. The surface should be clear of any lines, so it's going to have a hard time translating that, but this will be fine. Make sure it's got a frame around it. Everything's just not free flowing over here. With text, you can scribble, you can draw a straight line, throw in some lorem ipsum, see what works. Images are what you would expect, a rectangle or a square or a circle with a cross through it. Buttons are a rectangle with a squiggle in it, or a square with an icon in it. And it does a pretty good job of picking up icons as well, so see how that goes. Input fields are just a rectangle, but it has to be kind of like a slim one like that. We got checkboxes, radio buttons, switches, sliders, and icons. Now, Uizard has got more than just this set here, so see what turns up. And if the wrong one turns up, you can swap it for something else. And here we are at the dashboard, so let's just take a look around. On the left-hand side, we've got the logo, we've got the space I'm in, an upload button, a prototypes button, a theme section, and a team section. And we've got a little guide here, so I'm just going to tap on that. That'll pop up from time to time just to guide you through everything. And here we go, invite team. Invite your team to start collaborating and brainstorming new ideas together in Uizard. Okay, we've got a countdown there. The prototypes just sitting right there in the middle, and then help and contact up the top. I'm just going to go directly into here and then settings. And there you go, there's my organization settings. I can set its name, throw in the logo. If I click upload, it's going to open up a Finder window and try and find some sketches that I've got saved. Prototypes, it'll start adding a prototype. But if I click on themes, you can see that there's some test themes here for when you start to work with it. I've already set up Dezin, which is my design system, as one. Then you've got adventurous, cozy, and simple mockup. I'm just going to click Dezin. We'll go and take a look at what you can do. Okay, my artboard color is white. My primary color is B100 or blue 100. And I've got neutral 100, neutral 80, and so on. Right down to white. Then I've set my typography. And if I select one of them, then the inspector comes out over here, and I've set it as Source Sans Pro at font size 16. If I select one of the headers, I've got Montserrat at font size 40. Okay, I've set up my buttons, and you can do that over here as well. You can preview in dark mode or light mode. You can set the padding, the border radius at a whopping 26, and then it's typeface, along with the text color and background color. And in here, you can set hover states and press states as well. Yeah, design each component exactly as you want it. Great. Okay, going down, you've got image settings, card settings, so you can set the border radius, color, and shadow values if you want shadows. Form components, You can override the settings here as well. So you've got focus and then default. And you pretty much get the idea, right? You're going to be able to set the values you want and have that reflected when you have your sketches turned into a prototype. So let's go do that. Let's stop mucking around, eh? Okay, back at the dashboard, we're going to go create new prototype. It's going to pop up. I'm just going to add chat app. You can choose desktop or mobile. Then you can choose your theme as well, and just go down to the bottom right, select create. It's waiting for you to add images to it. So I'm going to select this and go and find them on my hard drive. And if we take a look at them, these are based on the file that I created for my last tutorial, and it's a chat app. So we look at this one. This is the home screen. We've got your profile picture up here. You've got an edit icon, an input field, and then a few rows of list items that include an avatar, the person's name and their phone number. And at the bottom, you've got a nav bar with a chat icon, a call icon, a profile icon, and a settings icon. We look at the next one. This is the profile screen. We've got a back arrow, the title, an edit icon, an avatar with a plus symbol. Let's see how it handles that. It's probably going to break it, but let's see. The name, maybe a phone number, and then the different sections that you have in the app. So we're just going to see how Uizard picks up all these icons. Hopefully it does a good job. Then calls. So this is an empty state call screen where you've got the back arrow, the title, a big icon in the middle, along with the same nav bar that we saw before. All right, let's select them and then see what happens. Okay, they're coming in and you can see it processing them. All right, processing. What's gonna happen? And yeah, it's done a pretty good job of the first one. The second one's gonna need a little bit of work. And then the third one looks like we just need to enlarge a few things. So let's go ahead and see how much we can edit from here. Okay, I've zoomed into the first screen. Let's just tap around and see what we can do. Okay, we can set the size. We can change the image if we like. The input field, I'm just going to select it and click on full width. So that's going to bring it over to where this icon is. This external link icon is supposed to be an edit one. So I'm just going to go over to the icon and click it and search for edit. Let's replace that. Okay. On these rows, we're supposed to have an avatar and text. This one has two text items, so let's see if I can select it and then go to the bottom right and select delete. Yep. Let's do the same with this one. And this one. And if I select the bottom nav bar, you can see it's picked it up as navigation footer. There are some alignment options here, and it's interesting if I click them. See, this one will stack them all the way to the left. This one will stack them in the middle with no spaces, over to the right, and then full width, as well as directions. So you can stack them vertically or horizontally. And that's looking pretty good to me, so I'm going to leave that and move over. Okay, the edit icon again should be this, but it's put it inside a button, so I'm going to change that to icon. All right, and I did say earlier it wasn't going to pick up that icon that was over this, but that's okay. Let's just move on. Probably going to change this to something like 96 by 96. And the name section has been split up into two words, so I'm going to get rid of the second one. Select this and change it to something like heading 2. That's too big. Let's go to heading 3. This can be a phone number, so let's just type in 0400 000. That'll do. Okay, the icon was picked up there, but it's turned this element that's supposed to be text into a slider. Okay, it looks like we can just select body N80, which will turn it back to what it's supposed to be. And let's just bring back the sketch to see what we're missing. And you can do that by hovering over the artboard and see this really tiny view icon up here. Select that. And under the lock icon, there's a chart icon, then a phone icon, then a help icon. Okay, let's do those first. Okay, I'm going to select the radio button, type in icon, then look for chart. Okay, that's close enough. Then we're going to change this checkbox into an icon and look for mobile. This button is going to get turned into an icon, which is a help icon. So let's type in help. Okay, how about question? There we go. Okay, the next one is missing its icon, so I'm just going to delete it. And the bottom icon was actually log out. So let's see if I've got that. Let's just put in a right arrow for now and move on to the third screen. And if we select that icon, you can't actually change its size, but you would be able to change the text here to tell a person who's testing this what this actually is. Okay, I'm just going to change this to H3 again. And here you can actually add elements. So if I wanted to add a button underneath here, I could just go over here and drop it in. Make it full width. All right, let's switch over to prototype mode. It's just up here at the top where you've got edit, prototype, comment, code, and play. Okay, and to set the first interaction, I'm just going to select the avatar here and hold down my mouse and drag it over until that connection connects with the profile page. Then I'm going to select this arrow and do the same back to the screen. I'm going to go down and select call and bring it over to the call screen. Then I'm going to bring the arrow back to the home screen again. And since there's no call on here, I think we're pretty much set up. Let's play it and see what it does. Okay, I can view it on my screen. I can select that, go back, go down, select call, go back, and okay, that's pretty basic. But if you want to get something sketched out, thrown into Uizard, and then turned into a prototype, then into someone's hands to test out the idea pretty quickly, and you're okay with its UI not being perfect to how you normally design your interfaces, then this is fantastic, right? So if we go now to comment, you can see that I can come in and select anything and change this to a real person, please. Okay. Now, if I've got other team members, they can come in, see that comment, make that change, and then we can continue testing. And from here, I can go over to export and select whether I want it exported to Sketch. Let's do that first. Okay, and with the sketch file open, you can see that it's translated it as well as it possibly can, and how accurate this is probably going to improve as Uizard improves. But if you click around, the connections are all set up, so you can run this as a prototype as well after cleaning it up. Let's go back and export as HTML. And you can see as well as HTML, you can also export React, Vue, or Angular. That's ridiculous. So if you spent a lot more time in here and got everything more accurate, depending on how good the code is, you could potentially use Uizard to not only sketch and prototype something pretty quickly, but also get your developers starting to work before you refine your designs in Sketch or Figma or whatever else you're using. I'm just going to choose HTML, and here's what it's given us. We've got index, which will be the home screen, and we've got calls and profile. And CSS, we've got a CSS file, of course, and the images that were spat out. I'm just going to run the index file and see what happens. And we can see that auto layout is already built in. If I inspect this, change it to iPhone X, we'll be closer to what we're looking for. Okay, let's just click around and see if the prototype works. Yep. So you could upload this and test it out on your own hosting probably, and send a link to somebody so they can test it out. Or if we go back to Uizard, you can select share, and it'll give you a link that you can copy. So I'm going to add enable shareable link, select copy sharing link, then I'm going to open another browser and paste it into there. And just like everywhere else we tested it, we can click around, run the prototype for a bit. We can see the comment. Click on the comment, and this is great if you want to share this with a stakeholder or a client. They can give you some feedback there, and we can play it just like we did before. And there we go. We loaded some sketches into Uizard, converted it into artboards that we did a bit of editing on. Then we prototyped them, added a comment, looked at the code and the sketch file that it spat out, and then shared a link with somebody. Pretty fantastic. Before we say goodbye, I'm just going to show you what you can do with your phone. So I've logged in to the site. You can see there. I'm just going to type in Spotify. Select upload a wireframe. And I sketched out earlier the homepage for Spotify, which basically looks like this. I'm just going to do that first screen there. And to make sure it doesn't pick up anything around the actual sketch, I'm going to hold up another piece of paper behind it just to fill it in. Okay, it's processing. Let's see what it's done. The labels didn't come through, so I'm just going to get rid of that. And let's see, I've got the heading up the top. The search field, there was another heading here. We can change to H4. Get rid of that second one. Change that to H4. Okay, we hit home, search. Yeah, and that didn't turn out too bad either. Just change the images, the text to what you want, and you're all ready to go, basically. I'm going to go back to the dashboard. I've got Spotify there, the chat app that we set up earlier. If I come down to the left, you can click on Account. And you can come down and turn off dark mode. And you'll see everything takes on a bit of a different look. Everything's nice and bright. But I love dark mode, so I'm going to switch that back on. And that's pretty much it for this video. So if you want to do some rapid prototyping, then Uizard is definitely going to help you do that really quickly. Then you can take your user testing results, go back to your team, flesh out your designs properly, and then keep delivering. So look after yourselves, look after each other, take care out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.